The future of British citizenship is on the brink of a massive transformation. A shocking new policy has sent waves of panic through migrant communities, and if you're living in the UK or hoping to, this could change everything.
The right to remain permanently in the UK is a privilege. So today the Conservatives are announcing new policy. We're going to make sure that anyone who enters the UK illegally never gets indefinite leave to remain.
That we're going to do things differently. We're going to tell the truth, even when they are hard truths.
The UK government has just dropped a bombshell. Anyone who enters the country illegally will never be granted permanent residency. That means no indefinite leave to remain ILR, no path to citizenship. This decision has left thousands in uncertainty, while sparking an intense national debate. But is this just the beginning? Could the UK be heading towards even tougher immigration laws? Stay with us as we uncover the hidden truths, the controversies, and what this means for the future of British identity. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Breaking stories like this need your attention. A government crackdown is in full force, and it's changing the very fabric of immigration policy. Just days ago, the UK Home Office delivered this firm message.
The right to remain permanently in the UK is a privilege. So today the Conservatives are announcing new policy. We're going to make sure that anyone who enters the UK illegally never gets indefinite leave to remain.
This means thousands of migrants who arrived without proper documentation now face an uncertain future, many of them asylum seekers fleeing war, poverty, and persecution. So, why is the government taking such a hard stance now? Officials argue this is the only way to restore control over the country's borders and send a clear message to those attempting illegal entry. But critics already call it inhumane and dangerously restrictive. Human rights organizations warn that this policy could put vulnerable people at risk, forcing them into underground networks with no legal protections. Who wins? Who loses? And is this the start of something even bigger? Let's break it down. This policy has ignited a political firestorm, splitting the country into two camps. On one side, supporters claim it's a necessary move to crack down on illegal crossings, particularly the surge of small boats arriving on UK shores. They argue that a firm stance will deter human trafficking and ensure that only those who follow the legal immigration process are rewarded. On the other side, critics say this policy punishes the most desperate. Refugee advocates argue that genuine asylum seekers fleeing war-torn regions might have no choice but to enter illegally, and now they'll have no path to legal residency, regardless of their circumstances. But here's where it gets even more controversial. Some analysts warn that this could set a dangerous precedent, paving the way for even stricter immigration measures. Could the UK start revoking citizenship from naturalised immigrants? Could legal residency rules tighten even further? Stick with us as we uncover what's coming next and how it could impact you. Even if you're legally living in the UK, the path to British citizenship is already tough, but it could soon become even tougher. Right now, to qualify for a British citizenship, applicants must 1. Have lived in the UK for at least 5 years. 2. Have spent no more than 450 days outside the UK during that time. 3. Hold ILR for 12 months before applying. 4. Pass a strict English language and life in the UK test. 5. Prove they are of good character, meaning no serious criminal records or immigration violations. But with the new government stance, some experts predict an overhaul of these rules. Potential changes could include 1. Stricter residency requirements extending the wait time to 7 or even 10 years. 2. Tougher English tests raising the required language level. 3. Higher fees making citizenship even more costly. Could these changes be just around the corner? And if so, who will be affected the most? We can't talk about UK immigration without addressing the Brexit effect. Since leaving the EU, Britain has redefined its immigration system, ending free movement for European citizens and implementing a points-based visa system. For thousands of EU nationals who once lived and worked in the UK freely, everything changed overnight. Some scrambled to apply for settled status, while others were forced to leave. Brexit wasn't just about trade deals, it was a game changer for who gets to call Britain home. And now, with these new restrictions, could British citizenship become an even more exclusive club? As immigration policies tighten, a bigger question looms. What does it mean to be British in 2025 and beyond? 1. Is it about ancestry and heritage? 2. Is it about contributing to society and the economy? 3. Or is it about shared values and national unity? Some believe the UK should embrace a multicultural, inclusive identity, while others argue for preserving traditional British values. The rise of dual citizenship, global mobility, and migration patterns means the very definition of being British is evolving. But with tougher laws and rising political tensions, could the UK be heading toward a citizenship crisis? If you're thinking about applying for British citizenship or if these changes could affect you, here's what you need to do right now. 1. Stay informed. Policies are shifting rapidly. Make sure you're up to date. 2. Check your status if you're eligible for ILR or citizenship. Act fast before the rules change. 3. Get legal advice. An immigration expert can help you navigate the system and avoid costly mistakes. 4. Make your voice heard. Join the debate. Share your views in the comments and engage in discussions that could shape the future. This is a turning point in British history. The rules are changing, and the stakes have never been higher. What do you think? Is the government right to tighten immigration laws, or is this policy too extreme? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for the latest updates on breaking news that affects you. I'll see you in the next video. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay prepared.